Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to this yoga class for an open mind. We're actually going to begin today in child's pose. So, just finding that posture for yourself, which is the most comfortable. Hips to the heels, arms could either be extended out or alongside the body. And we'll start here by taking a few deep breaths, feeling the rib cage and the back expand on your inhales, and on your exhales, releasing and letting go. Today, we're going to be cultivating an open mind. So, setting an intention to clear the mind, or whatever your heart's desire for this class today is. We'll take just a few more breaths here, feeling this sense of flow and space. One more full inhale. And stay for the exhale, letting it go. And then on your next inhale, we can begin to roll up into a tabletop. And if you have to do any stretches or wrist openers, just feel free to move naturally. And then we'll begin a few rounds of cat and cow. Inhaling as we open up the heart, lift the chin. And exhaling as we round the spine. Today we could focus on the space in between the eyebrows, our third eye, our Agna chakra, which can help us really open the mind, clear the mind at the same time. So just continue to flow here. Again, with that intention, that gaze in between the eyebrows. The next exhale, we'll come into a downward dog. And feeling free to bend the knees one at a time if that feels good. We could also just reach the heels down and stay in stillness, feeling that stretch and openness. Then on the exhale, we're going to come back down into a tabletop and open the heart for cow, focuses on the third eye, and then exhale back into child's pose. Inhale, coming up for cow again, dropping and opening the heart. And then on the exhale, tuck the toes and lift the hips for downward dog. Continuing with this flow. Inhaling, coming up for cow, opening the heart. Exhale, child's pose, grounding the mind, grounding the third eye. Inhale, coming up for cow, gaze is in between the eyebrows, eyes closed, keeping that gaze as we ripple up into downward dog. Inhale, back to cow, open the heart. Exhale, ground the third eye, ground the mind to the earth, child's pose. Inhale, cow, and exhale back into downward dog. Next inhale, we're going to walk the hands now to the back of the mat, coming into a forward fold and just allowing yourself to relax here so you could hold opposite elbows, whatever feels right, whatever feels good. And imagining like we're just mind dumping, so releasing thoughts of stress, tension, overthinking, letting it all drift away and drip away from the mind. Then we're going to begin to make our way slowly to stand, interlacing the fingers, pulling the shoulders down as we open up the heart. And then on the exhale, we're going to fold into Yoga Mudra, which is another great posture for our third eye chakra. Again, forehead towards the knees or the thighs. And then arms come up as high as they can off of the lower back. On the exhale, we could drop the hands again. And then begin to walk the hands forward, dropping the knees and coming back into our tabletop position. On your exhale, dropping the forearms down and sliding the legs behind, coming up for Sphinx pose. And again, while we're here today, eyes can be closed, but the inner gaze is at the space between the eyebrows. Where in our lives are we ready to be a little more open? What's clouding the mind right now that we can let go of? We can imagine every exhale just sending the cloudiness away. And every inhale, clearing and cleansing the mind. And exhale, letting go, releasing. Making a pillow with the hands and resting one side of the face on the hands as we bend the knees up. And we could just windshield wiper the legs behind, rocking from side to side and releasing the lower back. On your next exhale, we could drop the legs down and press the hands into the earth as we open up for seal. And if this is too deep, we can stay in Sphinx. So going back to that original posture. Again, even here, our inner gaze is at that third eye. So eyes are closed. We're looking at that space in between the eyebrows. And again, every inhale, clearing the mind. And every exhale, the opportunity to let go. Release what's tense or tight in our thoughts. Release what we're ruminating over or overthinking about. Inhale, the mind is clear. Exhale, the mind is clear. And then on your next exhale, you could lower down again. And with that same flow, windshield wipering the legs to release the spine. Then on your next inhale, once again, coming back up and through a tabletop. If you need any padding under the knees here, please get that for yourself. And we're going to continue with our back bends into a camel pose. And again, gaze is at the third eye. And you can either keep your hands on the lower back or bring your hands to your heels. And again, even with the head all the way back, we gaze up at the third eye and shine it. Imagining like there's a light beaming out from the third eye chakra. Seeing everything clearly and truthfully. And then coming back up through center. Straightening the spine. And now coming into a posture called Yoga Mudra, that is the forward fold version. So we're going to bring the forehead first to the earth and lift the hands off the lower back. And you could stay there or you could roll up to the crown of the head here, making sure there's not a lot of weight on the head. So if there is, just stay on the forehead. And this is very similar to a headstand where, again, we're sending the energy from the third eye to the earth, grounding it, staying connected. And then on your next inhale, we can make our way back up from that fold. And then taking a moment to sit on the heels and roll the neck a few times. Coming up and rolling down. Just getting that sense of flow and release here. Really enjoying any tension being released through these neck circles. And then on your next exhale, we're going to lower down. So coming into a seated position for head to knee pose. So left foot inside of the right thigh. We're going to inhale as we rise up and then exhale as you fold. And it's really going to be up to you where your hands land. It might be on your ankle, your foot, or your leg. But once again, focus is on the third eye, the space between the eyebrows, lengthening downward towards the knee. Janu Shirshasana, head to knee pose, as we breathe in and out. Remember, all our inhales today bring clarity, and all of our exhales help us let go of that stress and tension. On the next inhale, we're going to make our way back up. So nice and slow, no rush, reaching the arms up, and then switching sides. So same thing, right foot inside of the left as we fold over. Once you pull yourself as far forward as you can, then just gently relax the head and shoulders, breathing into sensation, breathing into space, into awareness. And then on your next inhale, begin to make your way back up again. And now we're going to bring the bottoms of the feet together. So, to the best of your ability, you could either bring your heels in closer or you could bring them further out away. And then we're going to start by butterflying out the legs and then folding over the legs once you get, to your optimal stretch, chin to the chest. And once again, our focus today is on the third eye, the space between the eyebrows, relaxing towards the earth. Inhale for clarity, cleansing the mind. Exhaling to release cloudiness, stress, confusion. A few more breaths here. And on your next inhale, we'll make our way back up, crossing the legs, bringing the hands on the knees, and then focusing on the neck and shoulders, which I feel that the neck and shoulders usually get tense and tight from overthinking, from mental stress. So every time we roll the shoulders up and back, just imagine like we were releasing and rolling away that physical and mental tension. And now we'll get into the neck circles. So as if you were drawing circles in the air with the nose. And moving slowly to feel each part of the neck open and release. We're reversing the direction, going the other way. And just with that same intention of releasing and letting go. And then bringing your right ear to your right shoulder and your right hand on the head. Just gently pressing that ear down, breathing in through the left side. And releasing the head. And then over to the other side. So with that same tension of just placing the hand, opening up the side of the neck. Breathing into sensation. And then again, gently releasing the head. Okay, so we're going to transition now to laying down. So just making sure, you have what you might want and need for a few postures. Our first posture here will be our bridge pose, so you can lift the hips. And once you get here, you could walk the shoulders under the upper back and interlace the fingers. You always have the option as well, if you wish, to put a block or something under the lower back, if you want a more restorative version here. Pressing up through the hips, but again, focus is on the third eye. And then on your exhale, lower down. And then for our final posture, we're going to come into what we call 90 today. So our hands come under the lower back or the sacrum, which is a little lower, and the legs will extend straight up to the sky. Just sending the energy the other way. Again, focus on the ajna, the third eye. Releasing and letting go. Surrendering. And then on your next exhale, you can begin to make your way down, hugging the knees into the chest. Making very gentle circles here in the air with the knees, sliding the legs down, arms alongside the body as we simply release and let go in Shavasana. Again, focus can be at the third eye, returning back to our intentions on this theme this week of open mind. We could affirm silently, my mind is open. My mind is open. My mind is open. And then as you're ready, begin to deepen the breath. As you roll the wrists and ankles, stretch the arms up and out behind you. Hug the knees into the chest, or windshield wiper the legs again if that feels good. Rolling over to one side, and then coming up for a seated position. Coming into chin mudra, index fingers and thumbs touch on each hand. Again, just dropping back into our intentions of open mind and how we can move through the rest of our evening or day clear and open. If you want to further open the mind, check out my breathwork cocktail. And I will see you in the next video. So have a great day. Thank you for coming.